Okay. Learn always to us whatever means you can to make even the slightest spark of bodhicitta arise in use, like a different perspective way. And the teacher who gives you the pith instruction on arousing bodhicitta is setting you on the path of the great vehicle. And like Buddha Mutayana saying, Bodhicitta is the wish to attain the perfect Buddhahood for the benefit of others. And therefore, one is like the teachers who give you the meaning of the Bodhicitta, particularly the peace instruction on the arousing Bodhicitta. It is like kind of the compassion aspect. You wish to attain the perfect Buddhahood, or you like kind of the compassion aspect, focus on sentient beings, thinking how all sentient beings will be parted or the freedoms from the both suffering and the cause of the sufferings. And this is like kind of the pith instruction and the Bodhicitta's compassion aspect. And also Bodhicitta's compassions, or Bodhicitta's wisdom aspect, and the focus on complete enlightenment. And like kind of compassion's perspective, you should to concern the limitless sentient beings, like endless suffering sentient beings. And you want to make happy to them. And which kind of state of happiness? Not temporary happiness, but according to your wisdom point of view, you understand to bring them perfect enlightenment. Like then you are focused on the complete enlightenment, and you have this kind of true aspect, compassion aspect, wisdom aspect. And then as you take this path, then you are in the great vehicle. You are the Mahayana's path. And so, his kindness is greater than that of the teachers who give you any other instructions. when yours whose teacher give you pit instruction of the Bodhichitta, that means give you explanation of the Bodhichitta, set you on the great path of the Mahayana, and introduced your own precious sublime Bodhichitta. That is the so kindness, most kindness than the other teachers give you teaching things. In the sutta perspective or the authentic perspective, it doesn't matter any kind of the great pith instructions. Most panasol, pig, or the top of pith instruction, you should receive Bodhicitta instructions. Therefore, you say that who give you any other instruction than this one, Bodhicitta. When the Jyotisha mentioned the names of his teachers, of course, Jyotisha, he has many spiritual friends, and he follow the many different teachers, but his most kindness teacher is who give him Bodhicitta. He used to enjoy his hand before his heart. Each one is equally doing like this. But when he spoke of Lord Suvarna Devapa, and Suvarna Devapa is in Tibet is, and Dzogchen Ranyak. This is Sanskrit. He would join his hand above, not in the heart level, above his head, and his eye would fill with tears. Dzogchen Ranyak names. His disciples, Jyotisha's disciples, asked to him why he made such a distinctions between those teachers. Some they are mentioned to his different teachers. He all the time say, yes, my teacher. But Suvarna Devapa, or the Selimpas, and his palm is go to the head, and tears automatically is coming. Why? Then is the disciples thinks, is there really different? A difference in the spiritual qualities or the kindness of these masters, those master or these masters? His students, disciples asked him. He replied, all my teachers were truly uncomplacent beings, all of them enlightenment. But specifically there he says, Atisha replied, say all my teachers are the enlightened, and in this their qualities are the identical. Identical, they are not different. It's a very difficult to different. But there is some difference in their kindness. But I want to say, the teachers are not different qualities, but for the Jowa Atisha's perspective, it is the different. Then why? Because Atisha said, the little bit of the Bodhicitta that I have comes from the kindness of the Lord, Suvarna Devpas. Suvarna Devita and Selimpas. That is the, for his perspective, it is the different. Other giver of the pit instructions, whoever he is relying on his own teachers, those are the same qualities, but Jowa Selimpas give instruction about the Bodhicitta, according that his Bodhicitta has developed, he's become the Jowa Atisha. And he realized the true nature of the realities. Then it's like, for his perspective, it's like absolutely different. That is the why I feel the great gratitude towards him, the Jowa Selimpa. And this Suvarna Devipa. It is said that the most important thing about Bodhicitta is not arousing it. Very much point. You generate Bodhicitta or taking the vows of the Bodhicitta. Maybe it is good, very good, but rather that has actually arisen. First times you have some renunciation for the samsaric sufferings. Understand situation of the samsaric sentient beings. You have very strong aspiration, want to make those suffering sentient beings establish into the perfect Buddhahood. But not deeply, not fully to or utterly. You have still era of concerning self. Not really completely the like shepherds. The wish for other sentient beings to attain the Buddhahood as known as the arousing Bodhicitta beyond compare, which is the shepherd way of the arousing Bodhicitta. We need like this, otherwise not really. Okay, I say it's like I'm generating Bodhicitta. Okay, taking vows of the Bodhicitta, but rather that it has actually risen. That means really take rebirth into our mind. This form of the compassion. Take vividly, clearly, utterly into our minds. That is the most important, he said. The love and compassion of the Bodhicitta must really believe in us, be alive in us. And what does it mean? And it's like love and compassion. The Bodhicitta, be alive in us. It means you see that any sentient beings, rich, poor, sickness, healthy, powerful, weak, any sentient beings, you are kind of feeling of love, not relate to the desire attachment, not relate to the any kind of concerning benefit for you. When we generate love all the times, I love this person, that beings, inside concerning, maybe I will receive some benefit. I will receive some pleasure, benefit. Oh, they give me happy, comfortable. Then I love. If someone doesn't give you, you hate it. That is the partiality, compassion. Not like kind of the 10 children's mother. She look at all over these 10 children's. Each individual, when she sees, there's no differentiations. She has pity, love, how I can to help. Maybe some children successful. She haven't got any jealousy. Maybe she has wish more successful. She has maybe weak, stupid children, but also she has love. There's no differentiations. Which one is she see, touch, hearing, concerning? Her love is automatically there. And also compassion aspect. Automatically, what can I do? I need to do something. Like shepherds, honestly to protect to the animals. How it is? And the shepherd maybe got one meal in the morning, but then during the day, I don't know, maybe someone has a little bit picnic, but maybe not. Whole day need to hungry. Sometimes weather's cold, windy, lot of wild beasts, like kind of predators. Need to look after each moment, watching the animals. And he or she bear all these difficult things to taking care of the animals. Exactly like this. Your compassion perspective, it says that alive in you, us. Your day and night, how much disturbed you, sentient beings, particularly closer to your family, relative, any connect to you, of course, any sentient beings. You never can of the repay angrily or the harmingly. Like you all the time is to go under your hardships, doing benefit for others. You in a wish, in the mind, your wish you have, you want to do. Your action, the body, speech also want to do it. Like same as you doing something benefit yourself. As much as you need to do some benefit for yourself, you never complain. You never kind of the tired. Whole your entire life you doing benefit for yourself. You never complain. You never tired. You never hesitate. Like this, you're doing something benefit for sentient beings. You're according to compassions. That means it's like your compassion is alive in yourself. Then you never complain, never tired. To receive the formula many hundreds of thousands of times without taking the meaning to heart. And this is like really to serious taking into our heart. 100,000 times recited the Bodhicitta prayers and to understand the meaning, bring into our heart, meaning to heart. And then is the love, compassion of the Bodhicitta is really be alive in us. Therefore, it's utterly pointless to take the Bodhicitta vow in the presence of the Buddha and Bodhisattvas and then not to keep it. This is like kind of, I say, is generating Bodhicitta, mostly. Taking vows, Bodhicitta, the representative of the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, who is your teacher. And you don't keep the meaning of the Bodhicitta and not much caring about your own Bodhicittas, then it is a little bit kind of to become the meaningless, not to keep it pointless. Would used to be swindle themselves. There's nothing kind of the benefit. Swindle.
Swindle. Swindle.
Used deception, like kind of the cheating to your teacher and Buddha and Bodhisattvas. Because you're the front, you took the Buddhist vow, committed, you say, I will generate Bodhicitta. But not really kind of. And taking, then it would used to be to swindle them. Swindle is like deceptive or the cheating to them, Buddha and Bodhisattvas. Swindle them. There's no worse food than that. It's really not very good. Like this is the truth. We can to take example. if you say someone's, "Oh, I can to help you," finally you don't help, and then you are cheating. Maybe you says someone's, "If you don't do it, I will do it." Then you don't do, you are cheating to other one. Exactly, front of the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, you say, "I'm taking Buddhist vow to help sentient beings." Then you are not care this commitment. And then it's like kind of the swindle to them. So do not cheat sentient beings. Either try to cultivate bodhicitta all the times, instead cheating or the swindle to them. Try to cultivate as much as we bodhicitta all the times. That is the most important. And that is like we are now, second chapter, arousing, like kind of taking bodhicitta vows. It is finished. And now we are like kind of third section, and training in our mind bodhicitta precepts. For the bodhicitta of the intention, the training has 3 stages. Considering others as equal to oneself, exchanging oneself and others, and taking others as more important than oneself. For the bodhicitta of the application, the training consists of practicing the 6 transcendent perfections. And this is like a taking or the training in the bodhicitta precepts. Precepts, the basic bodhicitta, it has the true in the relative bodhicitta. Like aspiration bodhicitta or the intention bodhicitta, application bodhicitta, or applying bodhicitta. And first, the intention bodhicitta itself has 3 precepts. First is the training has the 3 stages, considering other as equal to oneself. Very important. Also it is like the first one we called in the 4 boundless qualities, and also we started impartialities. Here is when we practice in the bodhicitta of the aspirations. Main point is like others more important than ourselves, but difficult to practice immediately. And that perspective, first considering others as equal to our own self, like kind of through the analytical meditations. And concerning all the other sentient beings. They are same, me, my enemy, my friend, families, they are the same, equal. Like this, here is the more emphasize ourselves and others. Before it's like you're the focal object of the bodhicittas. All the sentient beings, you need your compassion impartially, equally. Now here is like these meditations, the aspiration bodhicittas precepts, you make the equal of the yourself and other sentient beings. And the second is exchanging yourself and others and taking. This is like kind of you exchanging yourself, means good, positive, everything you give to others. You take all the problems, sufferings, the samsaric sentient beings, you take on yourself. This is like kind of the Tonglen principle, training mind, like exchanging, equal, important than yourself. Maybe we can say equal, exchanging, important than yourself. And third one is the more important than yourself. This is like 3. And here is the turning in the precepts of the Bodhicitta of the aspiration. The translation sometimes aspiration, sometimes tension. It's both same, okay? Consider others as equal to oneself. The reason we have been wandering in samsara's ocean of the suffering from time without beginning is that we believe in on. Now we first time is analyzing how to our mind tame with the first perception of Bodhicitta of the aspirations, which is equal of the ourselves and others. There is such a reason I have been, or we have been, wandering in the samsara. Wandering. There is no specific destination. There is no specific rest place. When we enter into the samsara, where we have been in the samsara, we don't know. And once we wander into the samsara, the 6 dilemmas, we have not good experience. The samsara is the ocean of sufferings. There's nothing kind of comfortable place. Look at the current our situation. Human beings. May we think we are the free from the sufferings? Absolutely not. Just temporary. We born, since we take rebirth of the human into the mother's warmth. To develop the mother's warmth, how much complicated. We need to stay there 9 months. After we need to born, how much is difficult, pain, sufferings. When we arrive in this human realms, first at the beginning, we cannot talk, we cannot to see properly. If there's no mother, surely we die. Then it's like such sufferings. When we grow up, we are like kind of child, not maturated. We are not really on the middle of the families. They consider as we are the child. In order to develop, it takes time. Then certainly, a little bit grow up, we need all the human rules, language, follow up the laws of the parents, everything. Then we go to the kindergarten. We need to day and night to put effort to study. Very complicated. Become adult. More complicated. All the faculties maturated. Everything is functional. Taking the responsibilities. Parents become old. How you can to settle your life? Which kind of you are? Create families. Very busy. Reborn in the ocean of hustle and bustle. Day and night. Meaningless thoughts. Hope, fear. And turning around, running around. And then it's already become old. Talking about the ring, white hair. Then thinking for the death. Just temporary like this. Therefore, even though we can to look at our samsaric situation of the human realms, therefore ocean of the sufferings in the samsara. From time without beginning, that we believe in answer. Since we be in the wandering in the samsara, we believe on I. I need, I want. Carrying this self-centered. In Tibet, we call the arundut. There's no I, self-centered, self-identity, but holding. Where there is no I in a self, but where there is no self, but we say, I have, I self, myself. And that we make that self the sole object of our affections. Single object. Sole object means single object. Affections, this kind of holding the dear, cherish, taking care, to say that I want. There's no self but holding the self. No I identity, but I am like here say. Reflect as follows. We should think concerning how it is. We need to analyze. We want to be happy concentratedly, and never to have any kind of the sufferings. And we are thinking, we have a wish to be happy concentratedly, day and night, each moment. I need happy. I want happy. Never to have any kind of the sufferings. I don't want to suffer any. But very carefully to look. If you don't want lose your happiness, if you don't want any kind of the sufferings, do you have some methods? Do you have some guarantees? There's nothing. Everything is impermanent. Uncertainty. The moment anything unpleasant happen to us, we find it unbearable. Happened. Just moment, our body, it is the water barber. Like kind of the bliss. Touch, explode, die, finished. Very sensitivity, fragile, our body. And our situation is momentarily change. According to our own tendencies, never there is like kind of the forever some situations. One moment you are happy, but one moment it changed. Unpleasant happened. Unbearable sometimes sufferings. Even a pricky or the tiny burn of the spark make us carry out in a pains. Small things. Like small piece of the world and pinpricks. Prink caused by the pains. Prick. Very funny word. Huh? Or not? Even a pinprick. Oh, time. Oh gosh, they're very fast. Okay. On the tiny burn of the spark fires, make us cry out, pain, time's gone. We just cannot stand it, cannot stand it, cannot to bear this kind of small least sufferings. How much is the painful? We should to take care. If a little Laos should beat us on the back, we fly into a rage. Very angry. Laos, Noma's Laos is our own child. It's born from the body, like same as child. But it's need food, but a little bit you in the back, immediately angry. Right. We catch that Laos, put it on one of our thumbnails. I think only in Tibet. I don't know in Europe's. Or Europe's they do, okay. Crashes hard with the others. You know, I saw someone is doing like this. And they never is like some poor people, sometimes they are eating Laos. Laos in Tibet is a hik. Soma, so sometimes they have egg, Laos egg. And long after we have already killed it, we go on and grind our nails together in anger. Still you make sharp your nails, thumb nails. And you already, the Laos killed, but still you angry. It battered me. Most people those days see no harm in the killing a Laos. But since it is invariably done out of the anger, and you did something is like out of your anger. But Laos, it is the very important for yourself. Invariably says, very cause or the very awful way you killed and angered. It is a sure cause for the rebirth in the rounding up at the crashing hell. And this kind of situations, because you killed this Laos and your attention is the very much anger. And this is like making the rebirth you and the rounding up and the crashing it. And like kind of the first hot hell. We should be ashamed to find such small discomfort so hard to be bear. It reacts in a way that causes too much pain to other beings. Small these things, one is Laos batting to you, we cannot to be a bear. Of course, samsaric other sufferings, how much? We need to think and try to stop harming, and how it is like kind of we make equal of the sentient beings. Okay, we can to stop 10 minutes.